What is up, guys? This is Kobe here, and today I'm gonna be going over the quality of life changes that we got in our most recent KMS patch, which includes Fox Valley, some changes to the profession system, and those two will be covered in their both separate videos, and the quality of life changes. So first things first, I would like to mention the chat system. So I'm gonna do the first and honestly my most favorite one. This being my most favorite one first, only because it's such an amazing change. But anyway, so as you can see, the chat kind of looks a little different. Not too different, but just a tiny little bit. And there's also this button that you can click on here. We'll click and hold on the top left corner, which allows you to move the chat around the entire game, and you can just move it to wherever you like. So if you want to have the chat over here, you can have it over here. There are still limits to how big you can have the chat. Like this is the smallest it can go for horizontal. And the largest you can go for horizontal is all the way up to where your level is. I think that's a little longer than before this change, but yeah, that should be how far it goes horizontal. Now vertical still has that sort of limit, doesn't cover the entire game just yet, but yeah, you can just kind of have it up like that, move it around. Maybe you could play while having the chat in front of your game if that's how you kind of prefer playing the game. You'd be a goddamn idiot if you did, but I ain't judging. But this very last change is probably my favorite by far. Let me just go ahead, put this all down, make this smaller, drag it back here to the corner, and now we go to options. Go to this third tab right here, and then this last tick right here, you click on it and the chat pops out in its own different window. I went ahead and made its own little scene here on OBS, so as you can see, I'm just kind of dragging the chat around in OBS. It's its own different tab, like literally its own different tab. You can move it around your desktop wherever you want it to, so wherever you want it to be, which is probably really awesome. But the thing is, it still kind of shares the same window as Maple. So if you were to minimize the game, you would be minimizing the chat as well. But it's just nice to have it on the side of your game without having it take up as much space as it does in the bottom corner right here. And I just closed that out. Let me open it up real quick. So yeah, there's that. I have to delete the entire scene, or delete the entire source, make a new source, window capture right here, and it should be covering the chat again. And now watch as I delete the window capture for the game. The chat just still remains and it stays. So that's probably one of the nice changes in the game, to be honest with you. Kind of cool that I could just do this on OBS, have this really large chat and whatnot. When fighting Emperor Cygnus, killing any of the V2s will no longer take up your entry. So just remember that. Usually when you kill a V2, you'll lose an entry, but if you do it now, you won't lose anything at all. Unfortunately, V2s don't drop anything anymore. Not that it really matters, because nobody has ever really bothered to fight V2s in a really long time. And this is easy mode, by the way, so I'm definitely not going to be killing it. But yeah, that's just one thing. V2s no longer suck up your 8% entry run. Now when you're hunting monsters, items will no longer fall onto platforms that nobody can reach. So for those of you fallen soldiers who have fought for us and have experienced a droplet or an arcane symbol that has fallen into the river while you've been training in Arcana, first things first, I want to say sorry for your loss, because that's a really rare drop. But hey, at least you don't have to worry about it after this update comes. Although it won't be for a while until other servers actually get it. But yeah, that's one less worry, so not too bad. Unfortunately, this isn't the Henesys PQ because, that's not the world PQ for today. But anyway, in the world merge party quest, Henesys PQ, you can now talk to the NPCs to receive additional seeds after collecting 6 of them from monsters. This allows you to continue the party quest even if a party member holding a seed disconnects or leaves. So, for those of you that actually still do World PQ, maybe you want points for the damage skin and whatnot, and you're doing Henesys PQ, somebody with seeds disconnects, boom, there goes a run, a waste of a run that you really needed those points from to get that damage skin. Well, no need to worry about that anymore, because you could just talk to the NPC, get you some extra seeds, and then you'll be able to clear just fine. Now, there are some minor tweaks to the achievement system. Yes, a system that I will be covering before you guys actually get it. But 2 achievements have been deleted. The first one, they all have to do with fusing items without potential. The first one right here, which gives 30 points, is using 2 items without potential and getting an item with potential on it. And the second one is fusing 2 items without potential and getting an item with at least an epic rank potential on it. But on the other hand, a new achievement has been added where all you have to do is complete the Fox Valley questline, which isn't too bad, right? Yes, a really nice addition to the game. Necro, Jihin, and Utgard energy swords, or whip blades rather, are now added for thief sets. So instead of one only for the pirate set, you can get one of your own for the thief set as well. We got Necro, we got Jihin, and we got Utgard. See, it's the best thing ever, man. And now for the final change, the adjustment of the trumpet maps in Morass. So basically what they said was they might have received some complaints about, Koreans running a Morass and complaining about some issues. And of course, Morass has a lot of issues with its area, and that's why a lot of people still chanted Arcana. So Nixon's way of responding to this was only changing 2 of the, if I counted before, 17 training areas in all of Morass. Well, they're not technically all grinding areas because Coral Forest is really bad. But yeah, they only decided to change 2 of the 17 existing maps, which is Truffet 4 and Truffet 3. And let me show you exactly what they changed. So as you can see, at Truffet 4, all looks fine on the mini-map. Visually, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong at all. And I just messed that up. But what the major change is, I'm going to show you guys here in Truffet 3, even though I already done it here twice. The major change, you can no longer hop on buildings. You used to be able to do before the patch, but now you won't be able to do it at all. It's good in a way because when a rune spawns, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time, investigating for the rune. You can just trade in your normal routine, and then you'll be able to find it shortly after it spawns. And it's awkward just because, I was training at this map for so long, and I'm used to getting on the buildings, and when I try to get on the buildings for something else, it just won't let me get on them anymore. But yeah, before, there should be evidence of me getting on the buildings in my training video, and maybe in my video where I show you guys the best maps to train at. The video where I told you guys to look at the mini map and see how the map is, even though I shamelessly block it. That's just how it is. But that's everything. Those are all the changes that have been made in the changes to existing content that has been made in KMS in this recent update. I want to do more of these little quality of life or content changing videos every so often, just kind of inform people on how some things work. And yeah, that's pretty much about it, except for one more thing. I don't know how I forgot this one. A lot of people were DMing me about this, and a lot of scared people as well. Fixed an error where the lucky item effect will be applied for a certain equipment type while already wearing the said equipment of that type. And that means exactly what you think it is. This is part of the, fixed error portion of the video, but this is the one error that a lot of people were, trying to get in contact with me. it was mostly part of the Luna players that play on GMS, or well, the EMS server. But what this means is, so let's say you're using 2 rings to complete a set, okay? You have a superior Gollux ring and a superior Gollux ring, as well as having 2 superior Gollux pendants. I'm sorry, not another superior. Wait, did I say? Okay. Let me restart. So let's say you have a superior Gollux ring, 2 Gollux pendants, and a Scarlet Gollux ring. You will have the 4-set effect of the superior Gollux set, okay? But after this change, the Scarlet Gollux ring will no longer apply to the set, only because there is already a ring in the set as well. And as far as the pendant goes, I can't tell you guys if that's gonna, if it's gonna change for the pendant or not. So this might actually affect all of GMS if it changes for the pendant, because Gollux is non-KMS content. I am not able to test that for you guys. So what you're gonna have to do is just get a Gollux earring, because I know Luna players will use Meister earrings, and you might have to redo a couple of your pieces of gear a little bit. Probably just the earring, and change up some earrings a little bit, and that's just gonna be about it. And that's the one change that I got a lot of questions for, and that's officially it. So I hope you guys kind of understand what the Scarlet change is now. Unfortunately, I can't visually show you guys because I don't have any lucky items right now, or any lucky item rings or pendants. I don't even know if those even exist. But yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't, that is, if you want to. If you still have any questions about any of these changes, leave a comment down below. I'll get to you guys. Like I said, I will be making videos, Fox Valley, profession changes, achievement system, and yeah, I'll see you guys another time. Peace out, everybody.